Hi all, hope you're all keeping well. I've been pretty terrible keeping up with people's videos and things, but has the small advantage of, well, something to look forward to now over half terms, some things to catch up on, and I've seen things popping up in my subscription feed, and definitely a lot of things that I would do quite fancy watching, and yeah, to be honest, I haven't really kept up with the hobby at all the last couple of months. I suppose it's just it's been a year of learning my trade and keeping busy for the most part. And, well, of course, unusual as well with COVID throwing everything every which way as well. I did manage to paint up the odd bits and pieces. I've actually been away from my painting and all my collections, which is partly why I haven't really uploaded anything on YouTube. I bought some Romans because my dad's actually been getting a little bit into wargaming. Not so much the hobby and painting side, but he really enjoys the wargaming. So he's been dragged in, and I think, to be fair, I think he got me into it in the first place. So it's only fair now that I'm getting him back into it as well. We used to be part of Merthyr Tydfil Wargaming Club. I'm not sure if that's still going. That was in the valleys in South Wales. And that's what got me hooked, I think. The Romans that you see painted here, well, I did pick them up sort of partly painted, but they were in a bit of a sorry state. So the most work I did on these were actually the shields. They're free-handed, as you can see by the sort of dodgy paint job on them. I did attempt on the Centurion's shield, but it's not very clear. Sort of SPQR, Senate and People of Rome and all that. But it's agonising painting, freehanding on the shields. But yeah, that's a small, what do you call it, sort of small maniple, I suppose, or representation of a maniple. There were some quite nice characters that I bought. Some were more finished than others, and we've got a sort of young Julius Caesar there, but he had a pretty nasty metal chip on his nose, so I'm going to just touch that up, and I think, yeah, just highlights, and it is much less work when you don't have to, prep and prime everything, and if something is partly painted, sometimes it's just a bit of TLC that's needed, really. Anyhow, I did want to make a video just to show you what I've had in the post, and hoping to paint up over half term. So I've bought, well, I already had from, a few years ago now, I had the Legionaries in marching position. There's some fairly nice miniatures. I'll have to apologise if the stability's a bit off. I haven't got a new tripod for my new phone yet, but they are very nice figures, and I've got the packs for them come as sort of separate pieces like that. Yeah, the new camera is actually quite good. It does all sorts of things, slow motion and things, and some very high resolution pictures. I think the resolution is equal to my old digital camera, but I will need to get some sort of tripod for it. There's just a pack mule as well, and there's 2 packs, well, some spare shields I've got as well. Bit off topic, but there we go. 2 packs of Legionaries then that I've bought more recently. I'm not sure if they're exactly the same sculpt. I'll have to look at those, but these are ready to be primed, these ones. 2 packs of those. So slowly making start, as you can see, on some forces for the Imperial Legionaries, just as some sort of opposition to my ancient Britons, really. I've got some Gallic or allied Gallic cavalry there ready to go, and they've been painted with Vallejo spray primer. I would say it's a bit of a faff to get the what's it called now, air gun out and sort of cleaned as well. It's but it does the job, I suppose, and if you're doing enough at the same time, it's great, and you don't have to think about how cold it is outside. You can just shoot wherever out of that, really. I've got some air model sprays as well to use for it, so I need to experiment with that. As you'll notice, I've got some goblins for my brother. He's not really into his historic, so yeah, more into his fantasy, so anything like that is his sort of realm, I suppose. Shields for the auxiliaries as well. So just before, there's just a short video update really. I'm going to be doing some painting now fairly soon. I'll keep you posted. Did want to show you some miniatures that had arrived. These are actually from Christmas from my brother. I know I'm quite delayed, but I've actually been away for work, so I haven't been home properly really. And I'm in the middle of a house move as well, so that's the chance I've had to come home properly and move furniture and things. But any excuse to paint up some miniatures as well in the process. You're probably familiar with those. They're just first core. Some Russians. I've got plastics and metals now for World War II for bot action, of course, 28mm. I won't, well, maybe I will show some of those. I think that's 100. I will show the Indians maybe in another video, the Native Americans, as you've probably seen some of those. They're very nice. They're Paul Hicks sculpts. They're actually a little bit trickier to find. They're fairly old sculpts, so very nice. And then just First Corps, what we're all familiar with. You know what you're getting, I think, with First Corps. Not the best sculpts, but lovely to paint up. You know, very simple. Sometimes you just want something, like I'm a bit rusty now with my painting, so those will be good just to paint up quickly. I don't really trust myself with the nice miniatures yet. Maybe hold off until I can get my detail back. But I'm fully stocked with Vallejo. All got my Vallejo paints, and I've even got a batch of new ones to start. So I think I'm okay for paints for now. I've got a few Tamiya ones to try out as well. I'm not familiar with Tamiya. Anything that you do know about Tamiya? Do I have to thin them down more? Anything like that? Really not familiar with them. The enamels I think I'll leave to one side because I think I'm beyond enamel painting for now. But yeah, just a quick update, and maybe a note as well to say I will be watching all of your videos from the last few months. I've definitely been away from the hobby because of work, and when I have had time, well, I haven't really had my hobby stuff with me. I've been doing some chess, and I'd like to say that I've been doing reading, but I haven't really. I think I've had some time for reading, but you just don't get around to some things. So maybe this is an opportunity now to get back into the swing of things. Okay, thanks folks. I'll catch you again soon. Ta-da.